Hey Stacey, hey Kim, how are you today? I just ran to the kitchen and had to get myself another cup of cappuccino. How are you guys doing out there today? How are you making it? All right, how's your day going? Tell me. It's Sonya with Junk Monkey Paint Company, jumping on for a live with you guys to connect and yeah, to meet up and see how everything is going, and so we can stay positive together, right? And isn't that the beautiful thing that right now, even though the majority of us, I mean, depending on where you're watching from right now around the world, are probably in quarantine, right? And so the very fact that we have social media or a virtual way to meet up and say hello to other, have adult conversation. Maybe, I don't have any little ones around the house. But for some people, they just, need adult conversation, right? We want to be able to connect with other people in their homes. Hi, Barb. Hey, Brenda. So today I thought, I got a couple things I just kind of wanted to throw out there to you guys that I was thinking about. I was reading an article and I'm going to share that one with you guys. I told you I love to do a lot of reading, and this one actually came from the Cleveland Clinic. And it's an article, but part of that article that I was reading, it was written a couple years ago, just to show you that information is still good, even at times later. Hey, Candy, how are you? Jan's on here. She says, hello, beautiful friends. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys. Do you guys feel like your schedule has been completely changed? Like, just your structure in your life, right? Everything has been changed. Does it feel like that? Is it just me, or do you feel like that as well? So this is part of the article that I was reading. It wasn't talking about business or anything like that. What was even the title of the article? I'm trying to even remember what it was. I was talking about overwhelm, okay? And overwhelm. I like this what this person said. Okay, this is what the article says. Feeling overwhelmed isn't just about having too much to do, because sometimes we feel that in life and we feel it in business, like we have too much to do. But I liked how this writer said, but it's actually often having too much to think about. So sometimes it's not all the stuff we have to do, but it's all the thinking, and we get in our head and then we don't do anything, right? You're not just putting off that whatever it is that you have to do, right? You're procrastinating. You're also worrying about things. And this person, Dr. B, says, when you start getting ahead of yourself, observe your thoughts and then let them go. Get past all the thinking about it and just do it. And I thought that's so true. A lot of times we already know like the stuff that we should be doing or that we need to do. And we just need to do it. We just need to start. And I was starting to think about how, if you are like me and you have a basket right now of clothes and you're just like, I need to fold that clothes. I need to find the socks in that mess of clothes and put them all together. But the moment that you actually stop thinking about it and you have that, whatever it is, that feeling in your stomach, like, oh, I got to do that. But the moment you sit down and you start taking one sock out, matching it with the other, then you get into a flow, right? And so the key is to stop thinking about it and just do it. And so I called this chat today, Stop Chasing, More Doing, because we all know what we have to do in our business, right? Like we all know you have already learned something that you need to do in your business, but yet you're learning more about this and more about that and more about that, right? And it's important to know that knowledge is power and to always know what the next step could be for you. But at this point, have you determined something that you need to do for your business? And why aren't you doing it, right? Hey, Stacy. Jan says, oh yeah, she's got guys working on her house. She says it gives her a reason to get up, get dressed, and make her bed and fix her hair. Too funny. Oh my goodness. Yes, I've been watching the news back home, Nancy, and here. Christy says, hello from Pittsburgh. Hello, my friend, not that far away from me. Hi, Sharon. I'm doing really well. I'm doing good, as good as anybody could expect to be under the circumstances. I think we all have anxiety and stress, and we're all just, I try not to watch the news too much, get the news that I do need to get, because it can suck you in. And, it can really just, put you in a place, right? Good. Stacy says she started moving her videos to YouTube today. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Good for you. Go in, download them, upload them to YouTube. That's when I first started YouTube. That's exactly what I did. I had to go in and start doing that, right? Yep. Brenda says taking that first step. Yes. And so, in thinking about, some thoughts to share with you guys today, my storefront is not open. And a lot of you guys, I'm thankful that I've taken the time to be able to build my business online. So that part is still able to operate. And for a lot of you guys, maybe you're at that crossroads right now where this is like, when you think about, why you do things and the why behind it, go back and listen to my earlier chats where I talk about the why, because when you have a why, you're more likely to do something, So for some of you guys right now, you might be in a position where, you're basically forced to figure out new alternatives of ways to do business in order to have a paycheck coming into your home, right? That's your big why right now. You got to figure things out. And now there's less chasing and more doing. In fact, you are into it right now. You have put your brain down to it. You've figured out how to do a live sale, things like that you can do for your business right now, regardless if you're, regardless of whether, if there's something you can sell from home, you've taken it from your storefront and you're doing a live sale from your home. Or for those of you who might have access to be able to go into your place of business right now, everybody's kind of in different situations. So you just kind of got to look at your own. But if there's something that you want, if there's something that you, if right now, as an example, make sure you're telling your customers that you're open right now. And so if you're all in your head and you're thinking about all the stuff that you wish you could do, that you would love to do, and you're thinking about it, but you're not doing it, you're not stepping up to the plate and doing it, now is a great time, right? And things will push us to reach for something that we've known is always there, but we've been scared to do it, like live video, because we've been in a scenario where we're in a situation where you might need to lean in a little bit deeper into your business, right? And get past all the scary thoughts, the things that other people are doing. So they've done it and they've survived it. And it's okay, but you're nervous and you're scared and you haven't done anything yet, right? Just to kind of look at other people that are doing it. They're doing it and you can do it too. When you think about your business right now, have you told your customers that you're still open? Have you shown up for your customers to let them know, put out a post, did a live video, talked with them and said, hey, I'm still here. Are you regularly posting on your Facebook page right now? We kind of have, you can go two ways. You can just stop and have mindset like everything stopped. No, everything hasn't stopped, right? And you don't have to. You have to look at it and go, I could stop right now what I'm doing. Or remember how we always talk about that bicycle? Remember, you're driving down the road on your bicycle, on the side of the road on your bicycle. And if you get off your bicycle, it's hard to get back up again. But when you're on your bicycle and you keep going, the momentum goes, right? For some of you right now, you might have to slow your bicycle down a little bit. Doesn't mean getting off of it, right? For some of you, you might have to drive your bicycle a different alternative route today because that route is closed right now, right? That's just the things that life is going to always throw at us, right? We're going to have ups and downs in business. When you have your downs, work on stuff that you can do on your business that you've been always waiting to get to. Look at it as an opportunity to be able to get to the stuff that you've been wanting to get to so bad. And I guess the biggest thing is making sure that your customers know, right? So our customers are not fortune tellers, right? Are not brain readers, are not they don't know what's in your brain. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, right? They're not mind readers. That's what I was trying to say. They're not mind readers. And so right now you might be thinking, boy, I have stuff for sale. I wish people would still buy my stuff and then I could have maybe income in during this tough time, depending on the situation that you're in, or I could have more income or whatever's going on right now in your current situation. And your customers can't read your brain, right? They can't read your mind. So you have to stop chasing all these ideas that you wish and that you want. And you got to start doing, and you got to step out in front of the camera. And for many people, this time right now will move them to do things that are out of their comfort zone because you know what? They got a strong why, right? They want something right now. Something's got to happen for their family right now in order for them to take care of their family, right? I've done many scared things in my life. I've taken on a lot of things in my life, in my business, knowing that at that time that I had to do it, right? In order to keep my head above water or to do what I absolutely had, I had to push myself a little bit further, And what you find is when you push yourself a little bit further outside of your comfort zone, you go, this is not that bad. This is actually not that bad. Here I was scared to say yes or to do something. I'm doing it. I'm really, really doing it. But for some of you guys right now that are thinking, I wish I had more sales right now, and you have stuff that you can do a live sale from, right? Just like if I held up a mug right now and said, this mug is for sale, this is the price and I can send it to you. There is nothing to prevent me from doing that, right? You just fill in the blank with whatever you have. And you can send it to them. Easy peasy, right? You can use PayPal. Go use PayPal. If you don't even have a website, you can still use PayPal to accept sales, right? Send. Perfect. The first person who comments sold. All right, the first person I see. Remember, I gave you that tip. First person I see that comment sold. Beautiful. I'm going to email you, pay your invoice before midnight tonight or whatever, depending on the timing of the day it is. And from there, if not, it will go back up for sale again, So people are buying. I was into some groups yesterday and just watching what people were saying to the people into the groups, like, as your online sales stopped, there are people out there that are doing so much in sales more than they've ever seen before, right? So you can let your mind go to the positive, or you can let your mind go to the negative. Totally up to you. But I'm seeing the positive right now, and I'm seeing that you guys have a lot of different options. It's just who's going to step into those options and do it, right? Because the only one holding you back from the doing part is probably yourself. So if I had a vendor mall right now and it was made up of all the vendors that were in my storefront, because we all do different things in here. Some of us are makers and creators, and some of us never even have to make and create, because you know what? We showcase other people, right? We manage other people. We have different types of storefronts and different types of businesses. For example, if you have a vendor mall right now, I would be doing, and you can get to your storefront, I would be doing lives from your storefront, featuring the people all the time that, when your store is full with people, you go, all this stuff is coming and I don't have time to showcase to everybody and what everybody's doing, right? Now you have time to take people one by one, like one vendor by one space by one space. If you don't have a vendor mall, you know what? You can go live every day if you want and show people, today I'm going to showcase to you guys all the earrings that we have. Today I'm going to showcase to you all this over here that we have, right? It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're selling homes or cupcakes or anything. You can do it virtually. It's an amazing time that we live in. And just get creative, right? Start, you have ideas, now just implement them. Stop chasing ideas and just pick one and go with it. And you might have a ton of ideas, but you know how you get started? You get started with one idea. Barb says, I've been cleaning out projects to do. Yes, absolutely. And, our brains can get a little crazy when we feel like we have a lot to do. So you might have a lot of ideas. Like I just said, we're creative and we have a ton of ideas, right? We're like, I don't know, we have all these ideas and then time passes and we don't execute them, right? So pick an idea and go with it. And if you feel like you have so many ideas and you don't know what to go with, or even if you're feeling like on that to-do list that you talked about there, Barb, that you have so many things on your to-do list, remember, your brain will get overwhelmed at, just like we talked about at the beginning, just at the thinking of all the stuff that you have to do, right? So don't think about it. Stop chasing, stop overthinking, and just do it. Just move into position and start doing it. If I had to sit here right now and I had to type something and I felt like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. But the moment I just go ahead and I pull up the Word document and I start putting my fingers on the keys, stop overthinking about it, but move into position and I start doing it, what happens? You start to get in a zone, right? And then as long as you stay in that zone, you're going to be good. But then all the thought that you had leading up to it, that's what was like sucking the life out of you, right? So you know that you need to do stuff. The more you draw it out, the more you just let it hash around in your brain. Just do it. Stop chasing, more doing, and get to it. But even per day, as you're home right now, versus giving yourself 100 bullet point list of the stuff that you need to do for your business or for your life, your brain, you can breathe better. You can take like a deeper breath and feel much more better about whatever it is that you have to do if you only have to do one thing. And what do I always say to you guys? Do one thing every day that moves your business forward, right? Do two if you can, but 1 to 2 things every single day that move your business forward. When you know you have a million things that you can do to move your business forward, it will definitely like just put you on the floor. Like it will like make you have a panic attack because you feel like you're at the base of a giant mountain. But there is strategy to picking just 1 to 2 things every day that move your business forward. Because does that seem so hard? Does that seem like something that you can accomplish and that you can get done versus 100 or 20 or 10? Candy says, I've learned to not overthink. A real stress reliever for me. Oh my goodness, isn't that the truth? Yep, we do, right? We can definitely overthink stuff. And you have to tell yourself that, worrying is not going to do anything. Stressing out is not going to do anything. If anything, you're only, raising your stress levels. And there are so many reasons you don't want to, raise your stress levels because it's not healthy. And if you can't control it, you have to control that part about yourself, right? Control the fact that you're going to be okay, that you can't control everything else. Jackie says, made it on. Be here until a client walks in the door. I'm glad you're doing good, Jackie. Good to hear from you. Barb is finishing things up and cleaning out my space too. Brenda says, my lives right now are my lifesaver. Lean into whatever makes you feel good right now. And then if you want to sell a few things that you have, for all those that are makers and creators on here, I mean, if you do a live this evening and you pick one thing, okay, that you can mail out, and I'm not talking like don't overwhelm yourself with trying to sell a piece of furniture and ship it if you've never done that before. Right now, it's probably not the best time to figure that kind of thing out. But I'm talking about you have a box and you have something that fits. Put a price tag on it, right? And include shipping onto it, whatever you want to do. And then tell people that it's for sale. This is the cost of shipping, and then mail it to them. You sell one thing, and then you know what you have to do? Do the same thing over and over again. If you did a sale once in your life, if you have something right now that you're doing and you've sold one of, I promise you can sell 2 and 3 and 10 and 100 and 1,000 of it, all right? Because all it is the very same thing. So if you were able to sell before, people saw quality in what you did. They saw that you were authentic. They saw that you would take care of them. They saw that you were the right person to buy this thing from, right? You show them the benefits of why, you move them to take action. So all you have to do is do it over and over again. And that's where consistency comes in, right? That's where how we talk about the race, and then if everybody all lined up, who gives up the first, right? Or who's in there for the long haul? Who keeps showing up and saying, hello, I'm here, and I'm just keep making it better, and I keep adding things on, because we all know people who, that may have started in business around the same time as us, but they're no longer in business anymore. So do you have the consistency? And can I tell you, if you can do business during hard times, or during unprecedented times, or times like this, that's, feels very weird right now for the world. If you can do business at a time like this, you're going to be just fine. Because if you're strong enough to put yourself on camera and get over all the thoughts and all the stuff that's holding you back and putting yourself out there, when we come through the other side of this, and we will come through the other side of this, right? This is a season. It will pass. We will move on. There are very smart people out there working on a solution and getting solutions too, and working on this for us, right? This is just a matter of us doing our part right now. So it's weird to stay home right now, right? To flatten the curve and all the things that we're hearing about. But we're going to come through this. And so you can either use this time for good. You can use this time to work on stuff for yourself personally, your business, around the home. And, when we get the, I've been seeing all kinds of memes out there, that when the gate is open and we all go back to work and we all go back to what life was before, you use this time now to set yourself up so that you're going to be like smooth sailing, right? Because if you can get through this time, that when the time comes that we're back in business, like as usual, then you're going to be like, man, this is a breeze. I got this, right? Right now, this is making us think out of the box. What do I have? What resources do I have? Well, if you're watching this video right now, you got a phone with the capability to go live, right? To tune into videos and probably send a video out the opposite way. So you just kind of got to take stock of what you do have, but be consistent, right? This is where You know how we talk about statistics about business owners who make it and business owners who don't, right? Business owners who give up and I can't do it. The odds are stacked against me. This is not going to work. How am I going to get this to work? Compared to the people. Remember, every single person, I always say, that has a storefront is a very brave person. Those are the people who got beyond all the head chatter, and they still put themselves out there. Because you know what, you have every day you have different things to worry about. You know, we have different things in our mind today, but there's always something out there. You can find something. You know, you can always find something to worry about and say, what if, and all those things. So in the future, you know, if you can get through now, it's going to be so much easier for you. Use this time now to be in front of people, right? A lot of people who are going to show up on your lives are going to be your friends. Are you going to be your supportive people, right? You know, they're just happy that you're doing what you're doing, that you're showing up for them, and show them what you have. Because remember when I said that I was in groups and I was kind of like looking and seeing and just taking note of what people were saying. Remember, I've told you guys before as well, a great way to find out, you know, how your people are doing is to go into groups that they frequent, see what they're saying, right? You can see what your real life people, you don't have to pay, you know, for all these surveys and all these things. You know, your people, you can see them, what they're doing, what they're saying right now under what you're posting online, you know? And so there are a lot of people who are still buying. There are people as well that are being really, really careful right now, being smart and having to be very thoughtful because they're not sure, you know, with their financial. That's very smart of them. But you know what? You get to let people make that decision, right? You're not going to make that decision for them. You show up. I have this mug for sale. If you want it, here it is, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, you know, give value as part of selling that mug, right? Or turn it into a live sale so that people who do tune in are the people who are ready and willing and want to do a little shopping tonight, all right? So it's up to you how you come out with your live sale, but you don't get to determine somebody else's pocketbook, right? You don't look at somebody else through your own pocketbook, the eyes of your own pocketbook. You have to, you still put yourself out there because they're grown people and they can decide whether or not right now it's right for them to buy from you. And there are people who are lining up right now to buy from you. But you got to put yourself out there and let them know that you have something for sale. So I just want you to think about that, right? Think about it in a different perspective. Chris, ironically, Chris is on here. Oh, you make me smile today, Chris. I need a good smile. All right. So this mug that I keep using as an example, this is the mug. Do you remember Chris? I got to meet Chris a few weeks ago. And it says, I am what I am. She gave me a mug. Her name of her business is called It's All Relative. And she gave me this mug. Oh my gosh. And so I keep holding it up. But yeah, there you go. So go check Chris out. She says, sell it, Sonia. We'll send you a new one, right? But yeah, I am what I am. So you are what you are. Okay. You yam what you yam as well. And you just get to go out there and have fun, do what you love to do. And you might just be surprised that people want what you have. And so don't be judgy. All right. You just do what you do. And if it sales, it sales. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Right. There's always the next time. Remember, what do we think? A no right now could just mean that it's not yes right now. It's later, right? You'll get your yes later. A no could be no, not right now. But there are people out there that will say yes, yes, absolutely. Christy says, can't get access to my booth now. I need to do a Facebook Live. So off. Yes. So get some things and mail them out. Absolutely. And remember, this is how I started. Who remembers? Because guys, we all start somewhere and we all want we all want things to work a certain way. And we look at the way other companies do it, but other companies also start off small, right? We all start small. What happens is when you jump ahead too fast and you miss all the steps in between, that's when things start to go awry. But I promise you that if you love where you're at, and if you love your small business that can grow into a larger business, just appreciate where you are right now and that you have the ability to be able to do what you can do, right? But when I started shipping our paint, you hear my dog Oreo talking in the background back there? When I started shipping my paint, who remembers when I would do shipping and I would tell people, friends, I can't even remember the particulars, but basically, if you do 6 paints, this is the flat shipping amount. And if you do 4 paints, then this is the flat shipping amount, right? Do you remember why I had to do that? It's because I did not have everything all set up on my website just yet, right? And what I was doing was I was going getting free boxes at the post office, which is still open right now. It's an essential service. And they have all sizes boxes. And they can tell you, as long as you ship it within the US, no matter where it's going, this is the fixed flat amount. So all I do is I go home and I go, how many paints, feeling froggy, how many paints can I fit into this box? And that's my flat shipping amount. So I can tell people, this is the cost of the paint. If you do 6, this is the amount. If you do 4, this is the amount, right? There was no big system in place, right? There was no big like, oh my gosh, I got to measure the boxes. I got to weigh the boxes. I got to go to the post office. I got to get a weight scale. I got to get like a label maker. No, right? Simplify it. Simplify it. What will happen is you'll see ways that you can grow it even bigger from there, but start there. There's nothing wrong with that. Jan's going to go live to show the progress of the house. Jan, I got to share, I saw somebody write the other day that they are just loving it right now because a lot of people, even people who are not in business, are just going live, right? Like they're just going live and they're talking, Facebook, invent it live. Yes, we utilize it for business, but it's to be social, right? People are just going live in their homes. And somebody made the comment the other day and it stuck with me and it said, I just love right now how I'm seeing the backgrounds of everybody's homes, right? Like you're getting to see real life, right? How kooky people are, how they deal with stress. And, for me, laughter is definitely one of those things that, what's the saying? Something is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. Is that the right word? Laughter is the best medicine. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm all about that, right? So I love the funny things that I see that people are doing around their home. And that, for me, that helps break my stress because, when was the last time that you laughed? Like, think to yourself, in the last couple of weeks, it's been really, really stressful. And so put on a movie that makes you laugh, like right from like deep down in your belly. Like when you have a good belly laugh, like something to the point where it cracked you up so bad, you could be to the point of tears because you're laughing so hard. Like, isn't that like, to me, that's free medicine right there, right? That is like, that will break the stress, lower the blood pressure, make you laugh. But people have been saying how they've been enjoying a lot of these live videos, even from their friends and family, because they're seeing just like the homes, right? Just how people live, right? The most basic of things. We're out there keeping it simple right now. So Jan, I'm sure that when you do real life, real mess, and you show people what you're working towards, that takes people out of the here and now, right? That takes people to something else. And so a lot of people need to be taken away right now because they can't break that stress themselves. And so you showing up and showing people that a project that you're working on, a goal that you have set in the future, right? Something that you're working towards or still going on, that's a beautiful thing, right? For some of you guys, I hope right now, if you've been really, really stressed, that just in chatting here, which I don't know how long we've been on, almost 30 minutes, I hope that it's taking you away from things that you were thinking. And, that maybe it broke the map in our brain of how it works. And it broke the cycle of what you were thinking. And now maybe, you mapped out a new brainwave and you went, I got to do that. I got to start thinking about that. I got to do a live. There's no reason I can't put something in a box and mail it out. This could be the very beginnings of my online business that I've wanted for so long, right? Go back to the title of this chat, stop chasing, more doing, all right? So do 1 to 2 things that move your business forward every single day or makes your life even better, right? Barb says, you like the idea for the post office boxes? They're free. You don't even have to buy the boxes, right? Friends, we spend a lot of money in buying boxes for all the junk monkey that goes out all over the world. A lot of, it's like, you see all the boxes and you're like, wow, there's my money. I have a truckload of boxes, right? There's a lot of expense. So when I first started my business, I did not buy boxes, right? I did business a different sort of way. And so there's always options out there for you guys, right? Go out, use newspaper. I still use newspaper for packing, right? I have a newspaper stand that I repurpose their newspapers. You don't have to have like, oh my gosh, I got to have, I don't know, foldable, collapsible boxes that do certain things inside the box. I got to have ribbons. I've got to have tissue paper. No, you don't. You bring people value. You just bring people value, right? It's not the box. It's not the wrappings, right? I always say, if you get the comics, yay, you're winning today, right? And so, because it's all part of what we do, right? And it fits my business because I'm a repurposer. I'm a junker. I see the potential. I see the vision in something that might otherwise have just been thrown out or go to the landfill, right? So I'm happy to do that. And you guys tell me that we take out the newspaper and that's what we paint our projects on. Because you know what? Because we know there's not, newspapers are still out there, but there's not as many people that get the newspapers anymore. It's a beautiful thing. You never know. Like, when you start with the most basic things, sometimes you just stay where you are because there's no reason to change, right? So build your business on your terms, your way. Jan says, yes, boxes aren't cheap. I have to order special boxes to ship wreaths. $50 for 10 boxes. Absolutely. Yep. Boxes are not cheap, but that's just one part of business, right? But you don't have to pay for boxes because do flat shipping. And if what you have can fit into the box, start there, branch out from there, right? But start somewhere. Stop chasing, start doing. So what is it? What do you want your business to be? Start doing it today. What do you want to sell? Start doing it today. How do you want to show up for people? What do you want to be for people? Do you want to be somebody that motivates people, that just helps people see the bright light out there and gives them something to look forward to? Be that person. Show up today. Tell them something that makes them feel that way, right? Do you want to help people grow their businesses just by having daily conversations and helping them stay focused and telling them that you can do it? Don't get caught up in all the other stuff. Just keep doing. Just keep riding your bike, right? Pedal, 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 right? Smell the flowers. Be in your own lane. Do your own thing. You don't have to be everybody else. Just do you. I am what I am. So whatever you want to be, you can do it. You just say, that's what I'm going to do. So whatever you want, right? If you want to be somebody who goes live and paints furniture, guess what? Show up, go live today, paint furniture. If you want to have a cookie business, a food type business, start doing it today, right? If you want to have a business, if you want to have a restaurant, you know what? Start working on your serve safe today. Do all the things that you have to do before that you can do right now that sets you up in place, that when the gates open again, because say it with me, this is a season, everything as a season, right? Everything blooms, everything changes. I mean, seriously, everything. Life has seasons to it. And this is a season right now, and we're going to get through it, and we're going to come out in a different season, right? So set yourself up right now for all the things, so that for those of us who are home, that when the gates do open, quite literally, and we're around the town again doing what we love to do, that you'll be thankful for all the stuff that you did do on a daily basis. And remember that how do you eat the elephant one bite at a time? Everything that you do every day adds up to something bigger. So don't overwhelm yourself. Remember how we said the brain likes just one or two things. You got a big project. All you're doing is one or two things per day. All right. And you're staying in it. And at the end of 2 weeks, man, you look back and you go, I did a lot of stuff to get to where I am, right? I had to send a lot of emails. I had to do a lot of tinkering. I had to figure out a lot of parts, but it all comes together. Sharon says, I watch your videos to get in a better mood. Well, thank you, Sharon. I'm glad it puts you in a better mood. That's why I do what I do. And that's why I appreciate when you guys tell me that, because it makes me realize that I'm making a difference, and that, you know what, even on hard days, I show up and I feel better in the end too, right? And that's the thing. That's why I've always learned for myself personally that if you're having a bad day, but if you're doing something that you love, that the moment you start it, and I've said that before, even when I've done hard things where, I don't know, I could be in the middle of a live challenge, right? Or anything like that. And, you get tired or whatever. I know the moment that I start back into what I love, it's like anything else just goes out the window and I'm into what I love, right? So sometimes it's the thought part, like we literally paralyze ourselves and we just suck the life out of ourselves. But if we just start doing, stop thinking, start doing, you just work yourself back into it again, right? Candy says, after finishing a project or a listing, I worked hard. I reward myself. It really feeds my morale to stay happy. This is so true. Setting a goal for yourself, making it happen, and then rewarding yourself in some way. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking of all the ways that you could reward yourself. You know, for those of you who paint furniture, you junk monkey your furniture and you sell it. You know, after a month of applying yourself every day and selling the furniture, posting the furniture, not being afraid, not just painting it and kind of keeping it in the background, hoping somebody might see it. Remember, tell your customers what you want, show them that it's for sale. Let them judge themselves if they can afford it or not, right? That's up to them. You don't judge other people through your pocketbook. They will decide. They're an adult if they can afford it. All right. And if they love it, then you know what? They love it. And they take it and move on. You do that for a month, reward yourself, you know, take some money and go, babe, we are going for a weekend getaway. We deserved it. Because all month I stayed home. I painted every single day. I worked on my furniture. I got my projects done. And look, because what happens in business is that if you show up every day for a business, that you will make sales, right? It's a consistency thing. It's definitely a consistency thing. And so by the end of the month, if you make a goal to yourself to like sell something every single day, to get out, put it out for sale. Sometimes the sale might not come that day, but then comes 2 days later, right? So if you make a goal to yourself to do something for a full 30 days and get to the end of 30 days, you will make money, right? And then you just say to yourself, I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to work hard this month, and then I'm going to take a trip to the beach. Then I'm going to book ourselves an overnight stay at XYZ. Then I'm going to take us out for a fancy meal somewhere we've always wanted to eat. Or I'm going to take us out and afford to be able to buy some passes for a movie for the entire family. You know, we're not going to try to smuggle the popcorn underneath our jacket. You guys know what I mean, right? Just whatever it is that you, that for you has been something that you'd like to do more of, but financially you haven't been able to, whatever that is for your family, for yourself, for your spouse, for your partner, that the more you work and you give yourself a goal to work towards, I love that, right? Give yourself something even very, very small. Thank you, Sandy. And we will meet up, my friend, because I'm going to come to Toronto, and Toronto's about, I think, 3.5 hours from me, and we'll connect up there for sure. Brenda says, thank you for the encouraging words. Absolutely. We're going to get through this. And like I always say, the time will always pass. Time is passing, right? For some of us right now that are stuck at home or can't do business as usual, you realize that there's going to come a time where we will be able to, right? And you realize, like, I forgot how many days now that we've been staying at home. And then I'll see somebody post like day, whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, is that how long we've really been home? Because you lose track of that. But the time is passing, right? We're not at the start. Time has already passed. And that's what helps me get through this right now. Like, time is passing and we're going to get through this period of time. And now, but sometimes it might feel like, oh my gosh, it's going to be forever. No, it's not. There's already been a ton of time that's passed, right? We just have to lay low, be responsible, do our thing. And there's lots of things that we can do. That sounds good, Sandy. Gian says, I'll be losing my full-time job in May, and the hubby and I are excited for me to work in my business full-time. I am so proud of you. So many plans on what I'm going to do. Absolutely. I'm excited for you because I remember what it was like when I left the corporate world to work for myself. And if you work hard right now for the corporate world to build somebody else's dreams, I know that if you already are somebody that works hard, yeah, you're working on your own self, right? All right, friends. So that's my chat for the day. And hopefully it just gave you some encouragement and help. Just if you feel like your stress level's been up here, you're not alone. Everybody else is out there with you. But let's just use what we have for, the time that we have right now, every day, for good. Nice. You're welcome. And thank you, friends, for giving this video a thumbs up, leaving me a comment if you haven't already done so. And of course, sharing this video, I always say, is the cherry on top because it keeps our community alive. And this tribe, this vibe, this community runs off of your support, off of your views, your watches, and being part of our active community. Hey, Darcy, how are ya? Very nice. She said she totally agree. She just started to do that herself. Love doing crafty things, and that is my reward. Love it. And when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life, right? And that's the beauty when you can set your business up around stuff that you'd be doing anyhow, stuff that brings you joy, stuff that even, do you remember I did an entire chat on how do you know if you're in the right business? Go back and watch that. I think it was in January. And man, there's a lot of good information in here, guys. If you have not caught up on the old videos, go back and listen, put it on while you're loading the dishwasher, or I don't know, you're doing something, you're painting or you're doing your own packing and shipping or whatever you're doing. Fuel your mind and always think about, give yourself something to think about, because we all know there's things that we could be thinking about right now, right? So it's up to you. You're in control. Replace it with something that is just going to be good for you to work towards and something that you need to really focus on. But do you remember, as part of that chat, I said that, one of the reasons why you're in the right business is even during hard times, even when you're sick and people are like, you got to give that up, right? Like even when you're at the point, meaning that when you're at your low or there's something happening right now, but you still continue to do it, right? Right now is a very tough time for the world in general. And so if you're like me, your painting is probably still your therapy, right? Your crafting is your therapy. It just happens to be your business too. So when you're doing business and you're doing something that just comes from within, it just oozes from you anyhow, and you go to it in times when you're stressed and when things are uncertain, or when you have a lot on your mind. Think about it. You're still able to be in business because you're doing something that you love, right? Keep laughing. You got it. All right, Candy's off to get some chocolate. Thanks, guys, for chit-chatting with me today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Do you guys like 12 o'clock better than 9 a.m.? Tell me. I'm going to listen because you know that, well, I don't have to tell you that I'm really not an early bird, and I really feel like I've been thrown off my regular structure recently in the last 2 weeks. So I don't know with you guys. Do you like 9 a.m. better, or do you like 12 better, or 12 p.m. better? Because I can do whatever, right? Because I've come to understand that I like this as well. Stacy likes 8 a.m. Let me guess. Stacy's up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? So when you say no, do you mean like you like 9 better? So I'm always open to talk to you guys. Coffee went down the wrong way. So always give me your feedback. Ugh. All right. I'm going to finish off my coffee and get back to what I was doing. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys for your feedback. And I will see you guys again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Come hang out for a cup of coffee, all right? And if I can never do 9 a.m., so the backup's going to be 12, okay? I like 9 a.m. and 12 on the weekends, yeah. Yep, I agree. That's kind of where my favorite was as well. But I just wanted to ask. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you tomorrow at 9, and go do something. You know what I'm going to say, all right? And if you don't know, then go back and watch the videos. But yeah, go do that, all right? See ya.